knowing that 2023, you'll be tired. You could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy a paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. Mm-hmm. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said, he said, when you run for one term, he said, I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest.
I would not know if it's wrong, but one thing that I was not able to accomplish that I wanted to accomplish was after the war, the Liberian people elected me, and in fact, the Liberian people elected me to unite the country. I was not able to get some of the other factional leaders to return to Liberia. I was not able to get one or two of the political leaders to return. And I think they helped to provoke the situation. I was able to do a whole lot. Strangely, the LPC, these were all warring factions, and all of the other warring factions, I was able to bring them into government. In fact, most of the combatants that fought for the government during the war were the combatants of the warring factions that fought against me. So I accomplished bringing them together. I accomplished making sure that the issue of tribalism went away in Liberia. But I mean, to a great extent, I think most Liberians now, if you went to Liberia and took a poll, they would say Mr. Taylor did his best. Any other regrets? The second regret is that I was never able to get the United States to understand me. I was never able to get them to work with me, which is so essential for Liberia. No president of Liberia, no president can make it successfully unless he is online with Washington. Now, I'm not the type of guy that you can pick up a telephone and command. I don't take that. I didn't take that from Washington. Then, even if I were elected president, I would not take it. I'm not that kind. I'm not a coward. But I do believe that a good working relationship is essential for any president of Liberia or that president.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up when you stop or stop slipping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go.
And on this fateful day of November 5th, 2025, it's important we remind you as a way to kickstart the show for tonight about what patriotism means or what it should mean to all of us as a country and as a people. I'm going to quote Theodore Roosevelt. He says patriotism means to stand by the country. It does not mean to stand by the president or any public official. It says exactly to the degree in which he himself stands by the country. It is patriotic to support him insofar as he efficiently serves the country. It is unpatriotic or otherwise by the inefficiency or otherwise he fails in his duty to stand by the country. In our event, it is unpatriotic not to tell the truth, whether about the president or anyone else.
The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason.
If you want to know what that means, share the show and invite others to join the show, because this is going to set the pace or the foundation for our conversation tonight.
And your mission, your intention to them.
Let me say a very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora. Our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight on a Tuesday in the Republic of Liberia. My name is Austin Kawa. This is Freedom Hard Talk. This is Freedom FM, and this is 87.9. Obviously, we're broadcasting live to you from the nation's capital in Monrovia. Just important issues to talk about tonight. Very interesting issues. Tonight, we're passing by the Ministry of Commerce to send a message to the minister and the president of our country. The Minister of Commerce, just less than 2 months to the close of the fiscal year 2025, Madam Madeline Dagose wants to spend close to 500,000. That's almost $500,000 under the pretext that she wants to renovate the Monrovia Industrial Park. The questions that are being asked, the technical questions that are being asked, Madam Minister, why the rush? Why the rush? Why the haste? But we already know why she wants to spend close to $500,000 on that project. We are going to tell you tonight, and we will continue a series on our social media page beginning tomorrow. We read pieces about the Ministry of Commerce. Tonight we'll do some build out. The CDC is continuing her due payment process. We continue to do some awareness tonight about the CDC's due payment. You have to pay your due. CMC versus the Ministry of Public Works. The Ministry of Public Works has written the CMC political party of Musa Hassan Belete, rejecting the request to construct or build a bridge in Bond County. Why? The reasons are stated in the letter. We're going to read that for you.
Why? But the question that we ask.
The government said, we say you won't build a bridge in Bond County, but we don't want you to build a bridge in Bond County. Leave it with us. We will build a bridge in Bond County. We have that communication signed by the Minister of Public Works. But those are not our major talking points tonight. We are going to use a position tonight. We are on the Council of Churches, the religious leaders in our country. The show tonight will place emphasis on the religious leaders in our country. We believe we hold some strong opinions about the performance and activities of religious leaders in our country. And we have a very sensitive but critical audio recording video, in fact, to play you from Nigeria of a Nigerian pastor. And that audio will be played, and it will set the basis for our conversation tonight. The religious community is dead. Like I said, we have some strong opinions about the religious community tonight, and we are not going to hold back our opinions about these issues because our country is in danger and headed for deeper danger.
Hero. Liberia is all that we have.
My producer. Okay. Let's take a break. My producer can just set and cue everything. So when you talk plenty in the intro, the commercial break and all of that, we just run into it. So let's take a break from our sponsor, Crime Stopper Liberia. When we come back, we move straight into our conversation.
Hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
Feeling the vibes with original
In their continuous effort to mobilize and recalibrate for a great comeback, the National Due Payment Committee of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, invites all partisans, supporters, and sympathizers to the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th at the CDC National Headquarters in Congo Town. It's time to show your loyalty and support for your dear CDC. By paying your dues, you will empower the CDC financially as she prepares to make a great comeback to national leadership in 2029. The launch will be led by First Partisan Dr. George Manawia, Party Chairman Janka Cole, Party Secretary General Jefferson Tambakoji, the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, Councilor J. Fanati Kofa, Senior Senator of Magibi County, and Chairman of the CDC National Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel Falo McGill, the one and only Rescue Mother, Nora Finda Pundu, the Executive Committee members, and all party stars of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC. The CDC due payment launch will climax with live performances by famous entertainers like Hipko King Takun J, Christoph the Change, and Afro-pop singer Dench. Also see live comedians Paul Flomo, Arthur, and Ojuku. Also see student leader, the famous Angel Michael, and many, many more. It's the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th, starting at 10 a.m. at the national headquarters of the mighty Congress for Democratic
My people, your hello.
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Tapla, what is the news today again?
Well, the news is that the AFL is getting ready to recruit, qualify, and interested Liberians to join the army early 2026.
Che, thank God, we have been waiting so long for this time, Tapla. Let me call my children Krubo and Wimanga, yeah?
But wait, the AFL is not just taking anybody.
What you mean again?
Chebo, the recruitment process is free, no money business. You have to be a Liberian citizen from 18 to 35 years, be a high school graduate or college student, and must have your WAEC certificate. The AFL people say, no WAEC certificate, no Johnny AFL, yeah? You must be physically and mentally fit. A record, criminal record, or other bad behaviors. The AFL people say they will check for all I want to.
So, Tapla, all the things you talk, that all?
No. To prove your citizenship, the AFL people say you must bring your national ID card, voters registration card, Liberian passport, birth certificate, or certificate of naturalization. That one there, that the people who were not Liberian citizens, but they say they won't be citizens for Liberia, they get a document from the court. 2 passports have photos, white background, health certificate from any recognized health center, but it has to be within the last 3 months of your application, yeah? Any other relevant document you get, AFL people say bring a vocational certificate or diploma. Can't we?
Wow. Then it means my children Krubo and Wimanga are qualified, yeah? But where will these children go to apply now?
Chebo, the recruitment exercise will take place in 4 regions. The central region, that Monserrado, Crane-Bassa, and Magibi counties. The recruitment center will be located in Monrovia, Monserrado County. Then the western region, Crane-Cape Mount, Bomi, and Bapolu County. The recruitment center will be in Tottenberg, Bomi County. Northern region, the Lofa, Bong, and Nimba counties. The recruitment center will be in Banga, Bon County. Then in the southeastern region, there are Grand Jide, River G, Maryland, Grand Cru, River Cess, and Sino counties, yeah? Because the county is plenty over there, we will have 2 recruitment centers. One in Zedru, Grand Jide County, and the other one will be in Harper, Maryland County.
But Ablao, you are my friend and brother, and you are a big man in the AFL. So I will recommend my children to you so you can help them enter the AFL.
Oh, Chebo, I want too big. AFL people say no recommendation, yeah? In fact, AFL people say you must be careful with any AFL soldier or civilian who tell you that lie.
AFL people say, whether you AFL big man or small man, if you recommend anyone, they will sack you from the AFL and disqualify that person, yeah?
The high command of the AFL assures the public that the recruitment process will be strictly based on merit, yeah?
A message from the Armed Forces of Liberia.
Okay, thank you. We'll go to one more this. Okay, folks, where are you all who are joining us tonight? Let's see whether we can talk to some of you. Okay. I see Verma McIntosh Klar joining us tonight from Norway. It's been a while. She's been off. Hope all is okay from your end. We are concerned about our members here. When we don't see them, so Peter one day welcome Alaska P, Isaac Brooks, Ojuku Davis, Candace, Candy. November 11 is her birthday. Happy pre-birthday to you, Candace. Prince Clonty Saka, welcome to the show from the USA. Mohammed Masakwa is joining from D14. Asata Miller has joined us tonight. Sir Joseph is following the show from Bon County. Venetius Junior Bob, Papi Keita, all has joined us as well. Benu Kamara is following the show, she says, and happy congratulations to you and the others. Thank you, Benu. Yes, Vema. Okay, it's good that you found been busy with work. It's good to have you joining us again tonight. Ambassador Thomas Sidishan Blamo is watching from Cooper Farm. Welcome all of you to the show. Hey, so what do we start from? You know, a lot of things are taking place in the country with the opposition folks and the ruling party folks. The former first lady of our country, I'm sure she is aware now, because they have their own security details and their own intelligent infrastructure. But we know there's something cooking. To have the former first lady arrested by the LACC. I don't want to say I can confirm her field, because they were strongly advised to cook it properly, because the first time the food, the rest didn't done. The second time the soup didn't done. So this time around, they told them to fix a jollof rice, mix the rice with the soup and the ingredients, everything, and then make sure that it is cooked well to have the former first lady arrested. And but we'll have a conversation about that. Let me just run into our house and see what's in house for us to clean, and then we can move into our discussion. This one coming from the CDC is good. Talk about it. This release is too long. I don't know. I'm not a lover of long releases, but so I will not read the release. Let me just skim through the CDC is informing everybody that on the 12th of April, reminding everybody that on the 12th of April 2025, as you heard in the jingle, the due payment was formally launched by the political leader of the CDC, Ambassador George Weah, and the party is also let me I'm trying to skip through the talk about promoting transparency and accountability. Will be releasing a list of all party stars who have paid their dues for the due year 2025 on November 15, 2025. This list will also indicate the number of months paid for by the serving, thereby serving as an encouragement for those who are yet to pay their monthly due. So on the 15th of November, that's on Saturday, next week Saturday, the CDC leadership is announcing that they are going to publish the list of all clinicians or all stars of the CDC, the big people in the CDC, the Oliver County, the Alexa, the party say they are going to publish the list of all of those stars who have paid their dues and the amount they pay and the amount of months that they've paid for. So if you know if you know your name Natalia McGill and you only pay for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, the party says they are going to publish the list on the 15th of November, which is good. In case you want to know, these are the different categories of the due payment. In case you want to pay a due, so let me go through it again. The category, and then you have the monthly dues and all of that. My phone screen. Yeah. So let's go through it. So the National Executive Committee members, if you know yourself as a National Executive Committee member, they say your due payment is $100 or it's equivalent in Liberian dollars. Right now, I think it's something around 19,000 plus. CDC Legislative Caucus, like Dixon Sibo, them, Fonati Kofa, them, they are supposed to pay $500 or it's equivalent in Liberian. I don't know why it is so huge. I don't know why. I gotta talk to the chairman tonight and ask whether these amounts are monthly due payments or annually, because it's not indicated here. But many of the National Executive Committee CDC due payment schedule 2025 to 2029. I gotta call the chairman to ask him whether these figures represent monthly or annual due payment. I think it's annual due payment. Bayern Munich is leading PSG 2-0. For those of you who are following the Champions Leagues, or those of you who want to know the score, Real Madrid is still 0-0. Real Madrid and Liverpool. So the CDC Legislative Caucus for the Senate is $500. For the House is $300. For former ministers like Ruth Coker Collins, former ministers and heads of agencies like Ruth Coker Collins, like Regina Nangbe, all those who are former heads of entities or ministers, their due payment, they say that $100 US. For former deputy ministers and deputy heads of entities, like Maato Hilton and again, deputy minister, former deputy minister, for instance, CDC. Maato Hilton, a former deputy managing director at LWSC, a former deputy minister. I know someone who my former deputy minister, for instance, former deputy minister. I don't know nobody. I don't know. Maybe somebody will count them. Okay, let me use Joseph Tor. Joseph Tor, you know, since I hosted him here, he was deputy minister at Public Works. So those are former deputies. They are supposed to pay $50. And let's go. Former assistant ministers and former assistant directors like Jefferson Chessie, who was a former assistant director, former assistant minister. Those folks are to pay $30. I hope Jeff name is on that list. Asido, okay, yeah, Asido, yeah, Asido, Ronald Dubayu, yeah, former deputy ministers and deputy managing directors or director generals, yeah, Dubayu, then, yeah, I didn't need, my friend name coming to my head now. So Asido is supposed to pay $30, sorry, $50. Dubayu is supposed to pay $50. Yes, and Jeff Jesse in Jeff categories. In Jeff's category, they're supposed to pay $30. National Women and Youth League executives are supposed to pay $10. Syria Mobile Ludem, they are supposed Tracy P, they are supposed to pay $20. County Executive Committee members Abdul Khan and Cortino Lane, you're supposed to pay $20 US. District Executive Committee members like Bidef found them, they are supposed to pay $5. National Auxiliary Network executives, the Mayango Jaladen, they are supposed to pay $10. National Auxiliary Chairperson, okay, the executives, they mean co-chair down. National Auxiliary Chairpersons in leadership, they are supposed to pay $3 or its equivalent. Sooner executive members like the Sooner heads, yeah, they are supposed to pay $3. General grassroots members, MACC, and the ordinary people, they are supposed to pay $1 or its equivalent. CDC USA, CDC Europe, or Diaspora Executive Committee members, they are supposed to pay $50 each or its equivalent in LD. CDC USA, Europe, Diaspora regular members, those of you listening, you're supposed to pay $20. If you are a citizen, you got no position in the diaspora, your due payment is $20. I met one citizen today who follows the show. He's on vacation in Liberia. I will not call his name until tomorrow, but he's here from Dubai. I met him and we're sitting. He was on the phone, I think, talking to his wife and telling her, I'm going to clear your due, all your due, and bring all your documents for you. And, you know, so yeah, so those of you in the diaspora, this is why you guys are supposed to pay. So that's it. See, if you know you citizens, you are citizens. The people say no more citizens by mouth. Pay, contribute to your party. Okay, so this is the communication from the Ministry of Public Works. They have written a CMC. Mr. James M.V. Yogi, National Chairman, Citizens Movement for Change, CMC, Sophie Road, Kongotan, Topman, Boulevard, Liberia, subject request for review and approval of design documents for the construction of a 38-meter bridge in Bond County. Dear Mr. Yogi, the Ministry of Public Works acknowledges receipt of your letter dated 16th October 2025, submitting design documents for the construction of a 38-meter bridge in Bond County. We wish to inform you that the government of Liberia, through a budgetary allocation or to the Ministry of Public Works, we wish to inform you that the government of Liberia, through a budgetary allocation to the Ministry of Public Works, has planned, it's active, has planned for the construction of the subject bridge, and in the process of finalizing all technical documents for procurement of a contractor. Notwithstanding, my team has reviewed the documents submitted and would like to advise that for any future request for a construction of a bridge structure, the following technical information should be accompanied with your request to facilitate our review and approval process. Below are the documents required when requesting to construct a bridge, and they stated everything. Yeah, the SAT topography study report, the geotechnical investigation report, the hydrological and hydraulic report, the structural analysis and design, the full working drawings, 5 documents they require. We appreciate your efforts in promoting development in our country and look forward to future collaboration. Sincerely, Roland Lafayette Giddings, Ministry of Public Works. So the government said, no, the bridge Musa Belete you want to build, we are already in conversation with the budgetary, with the Ministry of Finance folks, or the to allocate money in the budget for the construction of that bridge. The government is already allocating budget, so you all can go to bed in Bon County and sleep, because the government said they are going to allocate money in the budget to build that bridge that Musa Belete wants to build. This means Musa Belete, no, we don't want your money, we don't want your bridge. You are not building bridge here. The government will build the bridge. This is Liberia. Welcome to your country. Politics. They say that politics, that power, that influence. Somebody wants to build a bridge that will save the government cost. The government said, no, don't save us cost. We will build the bridge because you are an opposition person. Welcome to our country, folks. If Belete is going to spend $200,000 on that bridge, it saves the government $200,000. And I keep asking this question over and over and again. What kind of country do we have? What kind of leaders, in fact, do we have? What kind of society do we want to build? What kind of unity do we seek? That because somebody is an opposition leader and they want to invest over $300,000 to construct a bridge that will benefit the masses, and the government is saying no, we will not allow that. We, the government, will build the bridge. But DJ Blue just built a bridge. They connected the bridge to Arlington. Clay Ashland. And their lawmakers building bridge. Carrasco, they just built one bridge. Even though I think it's a pathway or so. I don't get the detail. It comes to build it. They say, no, the government get money. We will put the money in the budget to build the bridge. And there is a good friend I have known for years. He did a post. And personally, I'm going to call him up after the show. You see, this country that we say we want to grow and develop, if we do not sit down and ask ourselves, we need internal cleansing. Our leaders, inside our leaders are dirty. Inside our leaders are filthy. And they need internal cleansing. It is because deep inside our leaders are dirty. That is why illiterate decisions are made by our leaders and celebrated by our people. Because the society is not conscious enough to reason, to rationalize. Musa Belete is spending money on the bridge. Let's assume that the requirements that public works need to qualify Belete's approval to build the bridge were not met. But Belete is coming to spend money to build the bridge. What a responsible and civilized ministry or government would do is to say, no, this is not correct. Go back and correct it. This is the standard. These are the standards. Go and meet these standards. That compliance issue. So if the CMC did a proposal that is not in compliance with the Ministry of Public Works standards, what a responsible system will require of the CMC is to say, no, Mr. Ability or CMC, these are the standards and requirements to qualify you for us, to build a bridge. So go and meet these standards, go and get these documents and come back. And you reevaluate, because there is no law that say when somebody does a request to build a bridge and the person submits a document or the documentations and the documents do not meet the public works standard, they are supposed to disqualify them. The fact that the person wants to invest in the country, go and provide guidance for the person to ensure that the person meets your standard, to ensure that the person is in compliance with what you require. And then you grant them the approval to invest in the infrastructure, because it is going to save the government cost. You see what I'm telling you? Say our leaders are illiterate. I got one assistant minister who always calls me when I use this phrase, that our officials are illiterate. But tell me, isn't this a high degree, a huge display of illiteracy? See what leaders are doing in other countries. They are building bridges. They are aiding the executive. Today, the executive is saying, we don't want your bridge. We will put money in the budget. They will come back and complain about budget shuffle, and they don't have enough money to put monies in, to put medicines in the hospitals. So what do you prefer? Do you know how much worth of medical equipment, $100,000 can put in JFK, in Phoebe Hospital, in JJ Dorsey, in Sintumete, in the government hospital in Tottenham Barrack, in the Emery Hospital in Babolu? Do you know how much drugs get $100,000? No stealing, no corruption, nobody giving court, just straight $100,000 on medication, on medicines. The folks, the doctors and nurses in the hospitals will celebrate. And we're turning down an investment of over $300,000 in an infrastructure because the man comes from an opposition political party. And my friend who I'm talking about went to go school, smart guy. Let me read what he posted on Facebook. And making mockery. I think everything in the country is politics. We're making mockery. I think everything is politics in this country. Somebody wants to invest. My friend posted. He said, CMC, we appreciate your calm gesture, but the government did not tell you that they do not have the capacity to construct this bridge. Secondly, I am not sure your technical documentation provided was well detailed. Next time, hire a qualified engineer and submit the right technical documents as requested by the ministry. Then he laughed. Ha 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 ha. People with sense will put you in check. All is well. All is well. And this is what I was just saying. And this is where I agreed with him. When he said next time hire a qualified engineer and submit the right technical documents as requested by the ministry. So in the event where the ministry realized that the technical documents as requested were not met, the outright decision cannot be disqualification or rejecting the offer to invest over 265 plus stars, close to $300,000 in infrastructure in Bond County. That can be the option. You correct them, no, we can pass this. You draw a line there, go and do this, go and do this, go and do this. Compliance. Because the system is built not to reject or turn people down. Yesterday, we were talking about structural approach. Right? The system is not built to deny people. The system is built to allow, to compel people to do the right thing. If the intention is just about denial, then there will be no law. Because you don't need law to deny somebody. If it's just about just the denial, we'll just say, this is the authority sitting here. The day you want water, you come to me. Please give me water. No, go. Please give me sugar. No, go. Please give me rice. Okay, take 1 cup. Please give me 3 cups. No, take 1.5. We don't need laws, because the laws are intended to ensure compliance. My people, they're all just to ensure compliance. So if you reject the person, it means the person still did not comply. So the intent of the law is not met. But that's just one intention. The intention is to ensure compliance. That's why governments or stuff introduce systems, laws, guidelines, standards, policies to ensure compliance. So a CMC wants to build a bridge, and they cannot build the bridge because they did not meet the standard as required by the MPW. If you didn't meet the standard, you go back and redo it. To see this, my brother, an engineer, smart guy. You know what I mean? At this point, he's anxious. He's excited that a country that we want to build, people in Bon County have been denied for decades access to bridge. The Ra Canoe, people die in the canoe capsize in that place. People die, children living in water. Today, somebody wants to build a modern bridge to save people that car can even go there and all of that. We say no, we don't want it. And my friend from Stella Maris University, choir foreign education training, is celebrating the government decision. And for him, it is funny because it's politics. Hey man, what kind of society are we? And we celebrate education or credential, and the people who claim to have the credential are exhibiting low IQ publicly. The reasonings are poor. They rationalize less compared to an elementary student, and they see no problem with it. Diverted, embrace Musa ability $300,000 investment in that infrastructure. Divert that $300,000. If you have it, if you say you claim to have it, put the money in the budget and divert it to the Bon County Technical College that is still struggling to get completed. Go and see the Bon County Technical College. All completed. And we say, no, we got capacity. See the arrogance. The entire country knows that the government doesn't have the capacity to build a bridge. That's why they've not built a bridge for decades. Bridge has never been done there since the foundation of this country. So you had the capacity, why didn't you put it there? And you're telling us you have the capacity now because ability wants to put it there. And everybody say, yeah, let's clap. The men are too smart, man. They are strategists. If that's the strategy that Gafan was breaking about, then they're all useless bats. If that is the political strategy that they were bragging about, then that's a useless strategy. It does not benefit the masses. People rack news. Go down there and see where Belity wants to build that bridge. I'm not a fan of Belity, but I can't reject something tangible that I see somebody wants to spend his or her money to invest in the people. And a central system sits there and reject A or strangulate A in the name of politics. And you see people who are supposed to be decent characters in the society, educators, engineers, technicians, celebrating such a political decision. God help Liberia. God help Liberia. God help our country. This is where we are. So on today, yeah, I'm trying to get something set up here. So on today, we receive a lot of sensitive documents. Yeah, don't worry, I'll play the recording. I tell you that recording is going to be live on the religious community tonight. The Ministry of Commerce is in a big mess. And the president should dismiss the Minister of Commerce. And I want to challenge Joe Brocker on this one. You see, if the United Party people want to make CDC people vex with us, if you want to make CDCians angry with us, do the right thing. Just do what is right. You can't be destroying the system that we left, and you want us to only because he's 81-year-old Baptist deacon, we must support him. That's unrealistic. The president will have to dismiss the Minister of Commerce. Those of you in Film Hard Talk chat room, you saw the documents I posted, right? You saw the documents. Interesting documents. I have the board resolution that I really want to do an entire show about, but because I want to talk about this the religious community, and I want enough time to talk about it, I'll just summarize this commerce ministry thing, and then tomorrow we'll spend the whole time talking about the Ministry of Commerce. I have the PBCC approval, the approval from the PBCC. Those of you watching who may not be in the chat, you see, this is the approval on the 30th of October. That was last week. This is the purported document that is said to be the resolution from the board. The board resolution. The Minister of Finance did not sign. Not just that the Minister of Finance did not sign this board document. The Minister of Finance, the head of the Liberia Revenue Authority, has said that he sent a representative at the meeting, but he did not authorize that representative to sign any resolution or any document. The Minister of Justice also, which I'm going to reach out to tomorrow. The Minister of Justice, yeah, don't worry, you respond to me. I do win, but you still talk to me. So we reach out to him tomorrow. The Minister of Justice also, we are told reliably from within the Ministry of Commerce, has said that he sent a representative at the meeting without any authorization to sign any document. So there are three major signatures. And these are all statutory members. The LRA is a statutory member, the Ministry of Justice is a statutory member, and the Ministry of Finance is a statutory member to the board of the Monrovia Industrial Park. three key statutory members did not sign. The Minister of Justice is a lawyer and is supposed to advise the president. So when these resolutions are made, they become legal documents. The Minister of Justice is supposed to read it and interpret it per the law or within the confines of the law to ensure that it meets the bounds or the basic requirements of the law. Anything short of that is wrong. It cannot be implemented. The Minister of Justice say, no, I authorized a representative. I did not authorize him to sign. LIO say, yes, I authorized a representative. I did not authorize him to sign. MFDB did not sign at all. Not just that, this resolution I want to get something clear. This is a resolution, right? So let's go. This is a payment slip, an invoice. You see this invoice? This invoice is in Weyu Construction Company, Liberia. Weyu Construction. The invoice is, this invoice is dated October 2, 2025. By the time it was prepared. This invoice was prepared on the 2nd of October 2025. Now, the PPCC authorized the Ministry of Commerce to start procurement process for the renovation of the Monrovia Industrial Park on the 30th of October. How come there is already a payment request on the 2nd of October? They made a payment request on the 2nd of October to begin the renovation of the Monrovia Industrial Park without PPCC approval. This is a document, October 2. Let me zoom it. For those of you watching, and those of you in the chat, you already got it. You see it? You see the bill October 2 here? Huh? You see it? October 2? Those of you watching, you see October 2? The 2nd of October 2025. This is a payment request. I was prepared. You see the request prepared is here? Is there a caption? Request prepared date. On the 2nd of October, they prepared this payment request to begin the renovation of the Monrovia Industrial Park without the approval of the PPCC. PPCC granted approval. They want the PPCC first and say, we want the approval to renovate the park. No objection. PPCC said no. We can't do this without a board resolution. That's how they want to get a board resolution. The minister hastily convened a board meeting, and that's how these people send their representatives. And when we're told that, I can't confirm that, I don't want to say, but we're told that she induced them, the representatives, to sign the board resolution, authorizing her to proceed with the renovation. And then tomorrow we'll read exactly what's in the resolution, everything. And then they proceeded to PPCC now to obtain the no objection. They got the no objection from PPCC on the 30th of October. But there is already an invoice prepared on the 2nd of October. Let me read. Date of request submission. Weyu number 12 to seller. Weyu Construction Company, Liberia. Description: payment for the construction of razor wire fence at the Monrovia Industrial Park. They have already started work on the park. They are already started work. Requested by the Somali PP, Paul D. Mobile PP for Somalia, and then with signature Vani M. Sharif, signature approved by by Minister DMAM, Deputy Minister for Administration, blah 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 blah. Somebody Vani M. Sharif, sign, then Tanu Jake, they all sign. You see it? Now Tanu signature yo. I gotta reach out to him to confirm this. He said this signature does not even look the Tanu Jack's signature. So these are no issues. So we'll do all of the confirmation thing. Tomorrow we are going to spend all of our time talking about this thing. So do you know how much they requested for? $14,902 for wire fence. Recent wire fence, $14,902. That's the figure here. You want to see it too? You want to see how I can give you the cost? You see it? Total cost. You see it? Total cost $14,902. Wire fence and the invisible pack. When PPCC had not even approved, when the board had not even signed the resolution, the board had not even met to even discuss. Madeline Dagosa was already prepared an invoice, a payment to really for disbursement of $14,000 plus US of government's money to go put wire fence at the Monrovia Industrial Park. A work that is part of the entire renovation. Not just that, if you go to the Monrovia Industrial Park now, you will see that the building has been de-roofed. The building was de-roofed week before last. Where you construction company is already there working. They have de-roofed the building before the board resolution, before the approval from the PBCC. They already de-roofed the building. No formal contract as far as documentations are concerned, because the PBCC had not granted approval until the 30th of October. Then companies are supposed to go through a competitive bidding process. Not only that, were you construction company, we are told reliably, and there are Basa people who have already confirmed to us that were you construction company has a strong link with the Minister of Commerce. In fact, we're told that she's building an event hall in Grand Bassa, and when you construction company is the same company that is building her event hall in Bassa. So she brought a company, requested no objection from PBCC to go and use the same company that is building her event hall in Bassa to go and do the contractual work at the Monrovia Industrial Park. And inside sources are telling us some deep things. That funds and materials are being purchased or procured and diverted to her construction, to her site, to her project in Grand Bassa. But there are deeper things. One thing I know, every day I come on this radio, there is somebody from the executive mansion that can be listening. And there is somebody from Joseph Baga House that can be followed. Mr. Braga Just, the former youth chair of the UP, Hensi Kiazulu. He was former youth chair of the city of the UP. He's former caucus chair of the UP. Braga just appointed the man last week, and today Braga said no, and I agree. He withdrew the appointment and appointed an acting they call it officer in charge. And your citizens and supporters of you'll be sitting down getting angry and think all is well in the Unity Party. All is not well in the UP. They are making it to appear like everything is okay in the UP. And I do not even need to tell y'all that all is not well. There are two issues here that the UP is battling. One, the issue about providing jobs for their qualified Palestinians and their unqualified Palestinians. It's a serious issue. It's a big issue right now in the party. They are split into 4 to 5 different cliques. They are split. And then they are battling governance issue, basic governance issue. How to solve governance problem for the general good of the people, and how to solve party issues. Yeah, Madonna Dagosa. Yeah, so the president should dismiss that woman. I hope he will dismiss her before the end of this month. From the fiscal perspective, it's also concerning. From the fiscal perspective, it is concerning. What kind of financial manager or accountant or internal auditor will advise a Ministry of Commerce? The government is complaining that she doesn't have money. She experienced multiple budget shortfalls and all of that. She's running to other partners to borrow. And then there is a 400 plus or nearly $500,000 sitting down to renovate the Monrovia Industrial Park. They did not spend that money for the entire budget year. We've gone, this is the second month of the last quarter of the budget year or the fiscal period. Meaning we have barely a month and 3 weeks. We have barely a month and 3 weeks to close the budget year. And one spending entity is in rush, in hurry to spend close to $500,000 in the name of renovating industrial park. The question, so if you don't renovate the industrial park this year, money that you did not even raise, the money will not lose, it will not spoil, it will not get destroyed. You come out, reallocate the money, go to finance ministry, tell them to reallocate the money for the same work, and they will do that, reallocate that money. And next year, you begin the renovation of the park. While the rush, we know what the woman rushing for. We know why she's rushing. People seek the people find pleasure, they find comfort in eating, stealing government money. Anything I want to say on this radio, I can say about Madeline Dagose. You know what? Because I afforded her the opportunity to have been heard. I wrote her officially a message on WhatsApp, asking her questions and seeking clarities about these documents. She did not respond. And you know what she did? She go in the ministry and sitting in the ministry and talking about rubbish. The kind of sources that we have in Commerce Ministry, that for one reason, I decided to stay away from discussing commerce. And that reason is so dear to my heart. Because it is glaring there. People, I have friends in our place who, with our friendship, we are inseparable. So as soon as they converse, there may be some people who will say, oh, that ain't my friend, that ain't my friend. So I decided not to talk about Commerce Ministry until the government can expire. Because it is obvious that they might want to go after those people, and I don't want all those in there. I said, let me forget it. But they play a region, $450,000 plus. Somebody come and use Ministry of Commerce to steal it and divert that money to their personal project in Grand Bassa, and we just sit down and don't say anything. My friends are professional people, they will find a different job. But on the one bar, I've told them already. Anything the people won't say, let them say. But on this one, you guys are professional people, they will find a different job. But this is complete nonsense. And the president must be in the know. And it is good that a few folks in the UP are regaining their senses, that to the extent that they have decided to start listening to us. Because yes, we are the opposition, the strongest opposition force in this country. And the thing about it that the UP folks admire about us, that we don't lie. We don't lie. Yeah, with your stars Barker, at times we use some strong adjectives to describe his action on him. Yes, but we don't lie. So the first question is an official in the government ask, let's establish first what these guys are saying on freedom. Is it true or no, or lie? If we establish that it is true, then forget about whether they are CDC people or they are Joria supporter or they are opposition. Let's focus on the information that they are providing. Is the information true? Are there documents to prove that Madeline Dagose is withdrew 14,000 plus way on the 2nd of October to fence the Monrovia Industrial Park when there was no board resolution to approve the renovation work, when there was no PBCC approval to begin procurement process? If this is happening, then this is wrong and she must walk away. Why the rush? The money is not a private money enough for you. Why you want rush to spend government money that the entire country owns? Why the rush about? Your one matter you. They say the breeze. Any other parable? The breeze that can disgrace a rooster. The breeze that can disgrace the rooster. Your one. I will not end that parable. But your one. The breeze that can disgrace the rooster. You know big and come from? You want mother? I told you every day I said I come on the radio, I can't talk issues, policy related issues, driven issues. The day I want to talk politics, I talk politics. But when I decide to put my more on an individual, that's the beginning of your end, though. Because that 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, or 1 year, they will still chase you out of their job. Because one, I will not lie on you. And everything I will say, I will have documents and reference documents. Madeline Dagose has reached her Waterloo. The president should fire her. Maybe tonight or before the end of this month. The president should fire her. And the president will fire her. Not only on the basis of this document, the woman has recklessly ran that ministry, disrespecting business people for RPD business. But again, tomorrow we'll call tomorrow's presentation Commerce, Ministry of Commerce Day. Tomorrow a holiday year for Ministry of Commerce. So these are the documents, we got them. As soon as you start talking, information can be coming. Business people they all got issue. Yeah. So let's say congratulations to all of those who got elected in the CDC. Listen to this recording from Nigeria, folks. The first lady, the former first lady, I don't want to say has to be careful because I know she has always been careful. All of us have to be on the alert. What the government wants to do, that is the third layer to ensure, to target George Weah and ensure that he's destroyed politically. The fourth layer, sorry. The EB has a whole game plan. It's a security play, and but they're hiding it under transparency and accountability fine. And I'll tell you the first 3 layers. Thank you, Joseph Yeman. Thank you. You see, the UP has a whole game plan from now straight to 2029. 2 things. The plans are 2. Or I should say strategy. Plan number 1 is to destroy, to use radical action or force, security force or radical action to destroy the CDC, the military, the CDC. Plan B is to rig the 2029 elections. If they fight to destroy the CDC and the CDC cannot get destroyed or be destroyed by the UP force, by a radical action or a radical approach, then they are going to rig the election in 2029. The rigging the election is the last option. Like I said, plan B. But under the strategy to destroy the CDC, there are multiple strategies or multiple plans. The first plan was to ensure that the CDC does not have a home. That was the first plan. But that first plan became the second plan because Fonatiri, a sedition, became a speaker. So they had to relegate the CDC, demolishing the CDC headquarters to targeting Fonatiri. Because their calculation was that Fonatiri as speaker in our government would definitely maintain or be able to sustain the relevance of the CDC. Some of them said to me, Fonatiri does not need capital building money. He could take all our money for his salary and invest it in the CDC and to maintain the CDC relevance. So Fonatina, who started hiring some seditious, influential seditious, and other members of the opposition political party that tell you many packet the movie and Brown. So they started to say, they said, no, this thing here, let's stop it, let's call it off. The same thing we're telling you. So they ran after Funati. They succeeded. They succeeded. Radical approach to diminish the influence of the CDC. After they succeeded in removing Funati illegally, they ran back to the CDC headquarters to have the headquarters demolished. They destroyed the headquarters of the CDC. With the mindset that the calculation that CDC will get discouraged and they will leave. CDC said, no, we are staying. CDC is in our hearts. It is not in the structure of the building. The third plan was to ensure that they have their own chief justice. That anything or they have influence, they build their influence in the courts and control the security or the security sector. They've succeeded in building. I don't want to say succeeded, but I think they are halfway or 50% in ensuring that they have an influence in the court, especially on the bench of the Supreme Court. The last target in ensuring that CDC is nothing is George Weah. They attempted on multiple occasions. And people have asked, you leave them and you make the man. He's the hard target. Let's deal with him last. Let's target the payloads, the foundations, the soft targets. Once we can target these soft, we can get these soft targets down. Once we can eliminate, let me use that word. Once we can eliminate these soft targets, Weah becomes vulnerable. So let's leave him for now. We try denying the man from using the VIP launch. We tried denying him, refusing the man to land on the airport with a private jet. He had it diverted to the 7th. We tried everything. It didn't work. They may use the Royal Terminal. Is a popularity say increasing. So let's leave it for now and go after the soft targets. Then they started running beyond government former officials of government. Mazo Kimaya, Finabondo, then say they get car, they're using Apache Sulu them. They say they're doing asset retrieval. Asset retrieval. Targeting seditions in government jobs or tenure positions. They did all of that. Especially the one they saw influential. The Emma there, the Safwa Megri. So they went after those people. The third strategic things they want to do now is to go after the property, the Clark Hope Foundation. They have already instructed the asset recovery people. The asset recovery people have been making some moves on the property owned by the Clark Hope Foundation. The asset recovery did not really lay hands on real document that's supposed to influence them. The UP folks said we don't need real document. We can use perception to go after the property, shut the property down, and place it under investigation. We'll go to the court. Because the asset recovery has been battling with a lack of support and all of that, they went to the LCC. Now, what they want to do now is to use the LCC and the asset recovery to go after the Clark Hope Foundation. To the extent that they want to have Madam Clark Marie Weah arrested and subjected to an investigation with a strict instruction not to leave the country. How do they secure that? For a foreign national to be held here by Liberian authority, Liberian politicians, in fact, criminal wants to stop them from leaving the country. This is what they're cooking now. The angle is we want election, but there is a Clark Hope Foundation that is providing quality education and attracting admirations from outside the country and catering to the basic educational needs of less fortunate kids. Why Katumu Braga? Why is not Katumu Braga? Why is not Katumu Braga? So you clean that place is for the country. You go take it and turn it over to the current first lady. Katumu Braga says she wants the place. More what she didn't even own in Bomi County. That how one go clean a modern structure that is providing basic needs, educational needs for underprivileged, less fortunate children. She was first lady for 12 years. What did she do? At the group of 77, there's no legacy there. You go there, the people hate her. Something of Frank lobbying with donor partners to come and build a foundation to cater to less fortunate children. She be her husband every day. Already they make her sleep you make her sleep all day. Then in the day when you're supposed to sleep good, then she giving you hard time. Now she wants to build her own foundation. She can raise money. She nobody knows her. So they go for Cloud Hope Foundation. The people are evil and they're so challenged and they're so simple in the thinking. But the person, that one person that is advising you to stay away from that property. You want to tell that person, say the person that won't interested in. The one person that is advising UP folks to stay away from Cloud Hope Foundation or to be very careful how they engage that foundation and Cloud Wea, that person that you're interested in, that you're real rescue number one down there. Because the last that right after you get Cloud Wea, the strategy is then we can get hold of George Wea. Imagine UP folks are sitting down and having conversation. To go Jamaica to send police people and EI people to go search a former president's home. But there should be basic thinking about governance. You want to go and search George Weah home? You know what you're talking about? It's like telling the US and the West that we are ready to end Liberia. That's how it sounds to me. Like we want to take ERU people, take AFL personnel like they don't want to do, and place them in police and PSC uniforms and go to George Weah, Jamaica home and say they're going to search. That is going to be the end of the country. And these people are aware that few 80 USOD people around Joseph Braga telling him that bull red. That won't go George Weah, says George Weah. Can you imagine? We're all sitting talking about how can we reconcile the country, and you're chasing somebody who basically a football, a basketball, and going into meet with friends and lobbying with friends to impact lives. Somebody who's still paying people school fees in the loose Arthur Graham School of Law Nana as I'm speaking to you. You got no time for Joe Braga and the UP government. And you say now they are so worried, they are so scary, just worry about George Weah, the presence of George Weah in Liberian politics. When you should be worried about how can you source funding to do far better than what George Weah did. And you are basically thinking about destroying him. And you think going after George Weah. Everybody will just sit there and fool like small minute, you put ourselves together and read it. Y'all go brown one more down. Y'all can brown one more down. Y'all can small minute, just put ourselves together and read it. Who call us say, put him in, y'all can. Y'all get gone. Y'all can. Put him in, I can go there. That George Weah you want, that George Weah house you want to go to. Look, I heard the security guy talking to him like, they got in alcohol, or they got smoke, spark, and kill. Because I heard the guy in drunk and high and talking to them. Because the day they decide to go there, you might go drink and smoke, you go there. 2 years, nothing real, no real change. And a decent leadership is supposed to be concerned about legacy. And the only legacy is to destroy the CDC. The only legacy for Joe Braga is to destroy the CDC. Braga, and I told a group of young people today, somewhere up Benson Street, that any community, all the communities that you guys are living in, when people bring this conversation up about rigging election, attacking George Weah physically or going after him, I say, you tell these people, you're discouraging in the communities. The people are only silent in this country because of George Weah. The people are not silent because of Joe Barker. The people have already tested Barker's leadership. They know his strength, they know his weakness, they know what he is capable of doing. Their expectation is the lowest ever in their life. They know that Barker cannot deliver this country. They know that Barker cannot deliver them from poverty. So they are not silent because of Joe Barker. They are not silent because of the guns. No. Let me repeat, the people of Liberia are not silent because of Joe Barker. The people of Liberia are not silent because of the presence of the guns. They are silent because of George Weah. If you want to test that resolve, go to Jamaica tonight. Go there tomorrow. You will know whether it is because of Joe Barker or because of the guns that Liberians are silent. So that smoke that now enter all the security men here, welcome and say hail of the John security, and sitting down and thinking that they can use the guns, because besides the guns, the UP government does not have anything. Does not have anything to rely on that will guard their arrogance to that level to talk about going after George Weah. And the guns were present here before. Those who were supposed to die, they died. Those who were supposed to live, they live. Liberia is still going to get 5 million people in the country. There are still some good schools here that people are sending the children to. There are still poor people here and rich people, no middle class. The country will not destroy, will not spoil. It will still remain. The infrastructure might get destroyed, but there will still be a country called Liberia. Anybody in this government who means well for this government will start advancing all their officials. You leave CDC, you leave Barker, Weah, you leave seditions. Let's focus on governance. It is on the basis of our performance that these people will vote us back in power. Targeting George Weah will not put the UP back in power. Breaking down the CDC headquarters will not put the UP back in power in 2029. That is no guarantee for re-election in 2029, or that is no guarantee for an election of Richard Kun or Jeremiah Kun in 2029. That's no guarantee. Targeting people is not a guarantee. No. The people will rise up, and there will be no Joe Barker, there will be no Kun, and there will be no Unity Party. If you refuse to use the authority that the people have given you to lead to govern this country, it means you're not ready to lead. Listen to this Nigerian pastor. Listen to this Nigerian pastor. Let me play from this side. Okay, let me play from this side. Okay, let me play from here. Listen to this Nigerian pastor.
Honorable Clifford, I know you can hear me. This message is for you, your political party, and other politicians in this church. We understand that another election is approaching, and as usual, it is a season when politicians start behaving funny, thinking they are being smart. Brethren, why am I saying this? This morning, on my way to church, as I entered the church premises, I saw 2 cows tied to one of the solar poles in the compound. When I asked who brought them, I was told it was you, Honorable Clifford, that you said it was a gift from the state governor. My assistant also informed me that you dropped a check of 150 million naira, that the state governor is using it to support our church building project. Honorable Clifford, I will pardon you this time, because I have not told you this before. Please let this be the first and the last time you will ever convey any gift or donation from the state governor to this church. I have told him several times that we do not need his donations here. Can't you see the conditions of the roads in his state? The governor is literally the worst governor in Nigeria as we speak. And yet he had the mind to donate 150 million naira to our church project. Please return the money to him and tell him to add more to it and pay the teachers he has been owing for 6 months. Sometimes I wonder if God forgot to give these evil politicians a heart when he created them. And secondly, please don't bring cows into these church premises to litter the environment. Tell him we don't need his money or his cows. Woe to any man of God who sits on the truth while Nigerians suffer, simply because
the pastor just said, woe to any man of God who sits on the truth while Nigerians suffer. I know there are many strong messages in that. But he said, woe to many men of God who sit on the truth while Nigerians suffer. Shame. That's what I mean. Shame unto you as a man of God who sits on the truth while Liberians suffer. Shame unto you. We're going to call some pastor in the name. We'll open the line for you to call. You call one pastor and you say, shame on you. While you're sitting on the truth as Liberians suffer. Now, why did I play this tonight? Don't you see all the mess that is taking place around us? The height of corruption in the country? The level of violence and tension and division being caused by the president, created by the president of our country? Don't you see it? Don't you see that the World Bank just told you that 1.3 million Liberians are living below $3 a day? That's less than 600 Liberian dollars a day. Don't you see? Don't you see that the Americans have told you that your judiciary is weak and your government officials are corrupt to the extent that they can solicit bribes from investors just to sit and have conversation with them? Don't you see that things prices are so high to the extent that mothers, parents cannot even afford to buy shoes, decent shoes for their kids, their girls' children to go to school? This to mention the capacity to afford monies to pay the children's school fees in some of the best schools in our country. Don't you see that the government is refusing to upgrade public schools in this country to meet best standards? Our teachers remain untrained and underpaid. Our nurses and medical doctors do not even have medications in the hospital to administer them to patients. And many days they express their disappointment in the fact that, yes, Joshua, you pay us $3,000 from $700 to $3,000, but what do we have to work with? No medications in the hospitals. Don't you see that? Don't you see that even the little space that is created for small medication in these different hospitals, they are overly charging mothers, people with disabilities, and they cannot even afford the cost of their medication in public hospitals, public medical facilities. Don't you see? Do you need a pastor from Nigeria to tell you? What do you see? Do you see your roads are being good? Do you see your roads looking good? The people in the rural areas, today they are celebrating having electricity thanks to George Weah. And President Sharif started it. Yes, the level were two counties having electricity. We are here and expanded it to 7 counties, and the UP has taken it to no new county. No new county. UP has not given any new county electricity in the country. Also, the 7 counties that where George Weah expanded electricity. What do you have Where are our religious leaders? The religious leaders who were shouting, George Weah, crucify him. The religious leaders who were shouting, crucify George Weah, crucify him, crucify him. Where are they today? They've all lost their bulbs to the government. Where is Samuel Reeves? Every day his sermon in Providence Baptist Church was about George Weah and CDC and corruption and poverty and poor medication and poor healthcare, poor education. Every day. Where is Samuel Reeves today? He's wrinkled his tail in his behind and he squeezed on ice in one corner, milking on government resources. Austin Kawa says that. Milking on state resources. Austin Kawa say that. Where are the religious leaders? Where is man Bishop Samuel Kwaya? He's the vice president for the Council of Churches. They all preach political sermons, use the pulpits, and preach denigrating sermons, send all condescending messages about CDC and George Weah during a 6 years period, pretending to be angels. Where are they today? They are all silent. Silence has swallowed them. They cannot even fumble. Even the unborn child in the belly of their mother is shaking, is moving. The religious leaders are mute. They are mute. Where are the leaders? Imam Aikrai, one-time vocalist, political vocalist or advocate, social advocate. He shouted all over the place, crying corruption, rampant corruption, crying poor health care in the country, crying lack of trained teachers and adequate teachers in the classrooms, crying for poor healthcare environment in the country. He cried for all those for access to basic social services. Do we not have the access to these basic social services? Imam Kwai sits on the board of the NPA and milks hundreds of thousands of US dollars every month, and in some cases weeks. Right now, he tell Imam Kwai, he say, you get lip. Tell Imam Kwai, he say, show me your lip. He doesn't even know where to locate his lips as we speak. That's how lost he is. That's how lost he is. He doesn't even know where to locate his lips. All of them, their lips have gone dislocated on their body. They cannot locate their lips. They're all living in the pockets of Joe Barker. He's peeing and pooing on our religious leaders. They have reduced themselves to a rag. They do not have any more anymore to look in the face of Joe Barker and the government and speak on ills in society. Nobody says support CDC or the opposition, but there are wrongdoings taking place in our country. The country is being misruled by Joe Barker. And all of our religious leaders are quiet because they take peanut. A governor took to the church 2 cows. 150 million naira. Give it to a church. The pastor said, no, carry that money back, carry your cows back, and don't ever. And the messenger was in the church, a parliament, an MP in the church. He said, don't tell him to never send any gift to this church. This church does not need his money. This pastor is not a saint, but he's a man. To look in the, we need men behind the pulpits. We need men on the pulpits that will look in the faces of our leaders, of our politicians, and tell them that you guys are useless. You guys are fake. You guys are deceitful. Because he was saying, this governor is only sending money here because election is up next. All the years you were here as governor, when was the last time he sent money here? Because election is coming up, so he wants to use the church as a conduit to campaign for his re-election. He's coming here. Oh, our church is we are building our church edifice, and let me go and contribute to the construction of the church. He said, we don't need your money. We don't need your cows. Give it back. Yeah, our pastor, our bishops say the government officials are too mean. They are too mean because all these religious leaders, they want handouts from government officials. So they will go crying loud, they will go out crying loud that the government officials are mean. We're talking about serious growth, and a prelate is talking about government officials being mean. Can you imagine? Government officials are mean. The government that is underperforming. Citizens are living in extreme poverty, and a religious leader is on the pulpit talking about government officials are mean. They can give. The poor people are the ones supposed to be crying out government officials are mean. The only thing you hear these people advocate for is for their betters, for themselves. They crave to be friends with politicians. When they become friends with politicians, they run into silence and leave the masses to suffer. Suffer in blood, suffer in economic decadence. They keep them strangulated economically while the few benefit. And the religious leader so sing hallelujah choruses to these selfish and wicked and corrupt and foolish politicians. The politicians now are wearing arrogance. And everyone is a victim. Seditionists are victims. United partisans are victims. Everyone in this case is a victim. The people that are going to bear with things prices high, they're not only CDC people. The people that go to the hospital with high medical costs, they're not only CDC people. The students that are in the classroom sitting under unqualified teachers, they are not only children of seditionists. No. The people that go to the marketplaces to buy, there's no $40 cup of rest for United Partisans and $60 cup of rest for CDC partisans. Everybody is buying the cup of rest at the same $60. When you go buy $40 rare, they get 9 under the cup, but not a way, sir. That only sedition they can say to. They decked the poor sanitation condition across our major cities. That only CDC people smelling the stink. When Joe Biden passing, that only sedition can stop and UP people can continue. No. That is the irony. The irony of politics. And George Warner will say the paradox of democracy. Tomorrow, they come and tell you say we are a common citizen. We are coming in a pack. Tomorrow, we not even want pack. We not even want people to pack for him to pass. Election time, he will not want people to stop for him to pass. He will want to stay in the traffic and all. If possible, drive himself through the traffic to show that he is simple, to show that he is humble. At this point, he's calling other people common citizens. I mean, you get blood, you're not important. Tomorrow he'll come down and tell you, say, oh yeah, he'll come down to the common citizens to campaign. They will go to the churches and the mosques to use the churches and the mosques to campaign. What would be the messages from the imams and the pastors and all of that? They will take cows, sheep, and goats, and bag of rice, and gallons of oil, and Liberian dollars to the mosques and the churches in 2029. And our religious leaders will be there to graciously open their arms to embrace these corrupt politicians, thinking that these politicians are doing them good or are gifting them for their service, not considering that these politicians will go to use the monies that they are stealing now to campaign to you in 2029. And they will give you the very money. That money they steal, they keep it. 2029, they will come to you with the money they have stolen from you and give it back to you. And you will think that they are doing you good. And you will consider that as a gesture. As you consider them a good people. Oh, la good man, they making he get all 10 bonus. He get 30 bags of cement to buy our mugs. They are good men, man, for him. That good man, that same man have been stealing your money for 5 years. In the 6th year, he brings it back to you. And you consider him a decent character. He say, yeah, the man good. You put in there, he neglects you again. Steal enough and comes back in 2026 to say, give me power again. Vicious cycle. And some of us say, yes, okay, at times we relax the politics and just educate you. Raise the awareness. We told you yesterday, you go in the sky, come down. UP knows that she cannot destroy any opposition political party in this country. They are building an infrastructure that will rig the election in 2029. You, all of us, will have to stand up to say this democracy must be protected. It has to be free, fair, and transparent. Anything outside, we will not listen to the US government. We will not listen to any US embassy. We will not listen to any Swedish embassy. We will not listen to any German embassy. We will not listen to any UK embassy. We will not listen to any international partner. We are sitting having meeting with Georgia in the US embassy. They must give him visa and send a charter flight to leave the country. Nobody will listen to him. So UP must work to earn a re-election in 2029. They will work to earn a re-election in 2029. That means and every day, like I told you, I will echo this message for all of you to hear it, including our international friends that are here, that getting elected in this country beginning 2029 will be on merit, achievement, legacy. It will not be one on arrogance or cheating or spilling or splashing money all over the place. No. We will spend our time investing in our own infrastructure that will mind our votes and that will keep our constituencies on the alert. If the Americans like, don't bring your money here, don't put your money in our system, but we'll not listen. We'll go to election and have election, and we demand and insist that the election will be free, fair, transparent, and open. If they like, let them keep that. Thank God said Donald Trump already finished shutting USAID down. Because the message that USAID they used to be using to bring all that money to steal American money on not USAID. That means that Trump said. So thank God USAID shut down. If the Swedish people want to bring that money and pump it in election, or the British, or the Germans, or the French, good for them. But as they bring the money, they should follow the money to insist and ensure that elections will be free, fair, transparent, and credible, and open too. Anything short of that will be a no, a rejection, will be a complete and consistent rejection of the results. And nobody will be allowed to take seat in this country. If they like, they can pack their bags and go back to their country. No problem. We'll be here. But we resist it. So we'll compel them to perform. And their re-election will be based on their legacy, on the approval of the majority of the citizens. The same way the 20,500 plus Immobilier say that Joe Burger won in 2023, and George Weah graciously accepted the result and considered and called Burger to congratulate him. That pattern of our democracy will be sustained by fire, by force, by bravery, by commitment, by determination, and strong focus. 0776-104-104 and 0886-500-104. Those are the two major numbers to call to join the show tonight. We will take about 8 calls and call it Nadia, and then we go home. So the WhatsApp number is active on +231 886-500-104. Where are these phones? Let's go to take callers. We're taking 10 calls and then we'll go home. This is the first caller. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Good evening to you.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother. Thank you so much, man. You are carrying on. You carry on. Thank you. Thank you for asking the last response. You know, but this guy, which are personally. We're gonna not protect the former President George Manuel Weah. If anything happens to that man or his family, if any single strike that they own, then just forget about the man. You do it to all this money on their family and you're not doing well. Then you forget about money, family. You carry your the thing where you are doing can talk family. If you got any one single thing, hey. The thing that will happen in that place, that they will feel, I forget about George Weah. Thank you so much for your show. Thank you for giving me the time.
Welcome. Let's talk to the next person. Good evening to you. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. They say like they coming said he don't his wife. Say we all want in conflict or they said in their life. He will get to. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tell caller, go ahead. City Geeks, let's hear you. Go ahead. Let's hear you, my brother, from here.
I'll say just easy calling with Canada. And thanks for having me. Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, sure, you're live.
Okay, thank you. I'll say my attention due to the Musa Berete issue from the bridge death. You know, I get kind of surprised that the Ministry of Public Works, while they could assist Musa Berete, maybe give some subsidy, Musa Berete is bringing money and they want to do the project. And he's trying to take on the initiative. So in advanced country that they will sell us some subsidy or something and put on the side and saying, look, same Mr. Berete is coming with there. Where he's lacking in things, let's see what a government can provide for assisting in that area. If you need advanced engineering or development or whatsoever thing the government had to do in that area, they could put ideas together and things and see how well they can carry on the project for the people. This is all about Liberia. It's not about one person or we supporting thing. But once development is coming, I think we're all supposed to be able to embrace that and continue with it. Look, with the issue of Mr. Weah and the people here, they're just wasting their time. Because right now is that everybody's waiting for 2029.
Yeah.
The government is doing well. We won't be talking about 2029. Yeah, and one more thing I was saying, we haven't heard any update from the court issue there.
Yes, the other time I announced the courts are closed. The November term of court is opening on the second Monday. The 11th should be the second Monday. Today, this week is the first Monday. So yes, only 11th. Is it 11th?
Oh, okay, so anyway, in November, I think then we start going there. Yeah. No, we'll follow you on or follow you with regards to the issue on the Capitol building thing. So that what we really on that.
Yes, so the term of court is opening in November, the second Monday in November. That is on the 11th of November.
Oh, okay. So since the extension from the court for the Capitol building thing, there's nothing come on that.
No,
right?
nothing. The only new thing is that the only new thing we stated here is that the court, the justice in Chimo refused or denied to suppress the evidence, deny the motion to suppress the evidence, as requested by Fonanti and his team. And so the legal team from Fonanti, I'm told, refused to take an appeal to the full bench of the Supreme Court. Instead, they say they want to go straight into the trial. So they're waiting for the momentum of court to start.
I think that's a good thing. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the update. But I think that's good. That should be a good thing.
Yeah.
Because we haven't here where evidence they present too. Because the government present their own, but they have to have their own thing too. So that's okay. Anyway, thank you very much for the show today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, my brother.
Bye bye. Okay.
Okay, so let's take the fourth caller from this end. This person. Good evening to you. Let's hear you. I'm okay. How are you?
Let's go be your working day. I hear your voice. Happy. How your education?
Masisi, what your phone? Yeah, you are coming in broken.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, it's better now. Let's hear you.
Okay, I said thank you. I hear your voice today. I push it back when you get out of the
Masisi, call my number. Call me on my number. Yeah, this line. Call me on my number. This line is so it's breaking in. Yeah, how the boy hacking Masisi number? Let's try from this NSC. Hello.
Hello, okay.
How are you, ma'am? Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the show.
Welcome.
Yeah, I did listen to everything you said. I just want to commend you. Thanks for your bravery, consistency. Since the CDC government has followed you, you have been consistent. I just want to say thank you for all you do for Mama Liberia. But I think some of us are very, very discouraged, very, very low in spirit concerning the country. And we are believing that we don't know what will happen. From now, I'm just looking at from now to 2026. Many of us will just want to just say we throw in the score. Because where we are now, we are mad, we are unhappy. We don't know where we are heading to, and it's so discouraging. Nobody to just break down on, but we want to thank you guys. Those of you that are standing for this cause, as young as you are, sometimes think about it, you are really standing and sticking boldly. I want to tell you very, very soon, God Himself will reward you for what you are doing. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you so much for following every day. Good evening to you. Yes, Masisi, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I said thank God for you, my son. I hear good news about you today.
Yeah. Yeah.
You getting me?
Yes, you're live, General. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I want to say to the black people, God is fighting for us. The party is for us. You look at that when there is picture, in our picture, it's not the one. That picture, I mean, the water man. It's different. I'm going to hear you. I'm going to from. Now, when it's after I want to, we are talking, we are saying, where you go, I think I come from there. If you know, big millions of dollars, you come with every class there, come to you, the person coming tomorrow, you get the book behind. So, what they do to the person, I say, oh, this is not laughing of tradition. Well, in a play, I don't go where we are. Where we are, but when you tell we are, we'll go where we are. But stay as a tradition, and we'll stay with. And I know it's all out of the party, everyone still pay 100,000. Today, you are all money. And you can discuss us. You can divide us. For something, we'll stay our ground. That we are tradition, I will stay our house. We're going to down for this movement. Well, if you see what it will not the end of Nigeria. So I will my level on the land. I will tell you to kill me. So I don't care about that. Can you see what thing? They're going to put people on begging you. If you think that making with drugs we are, messaging. Look for the election when you say when we think you will see what they're also all about police power, anything will do, anything for your man, tell it all school. Now I do it we will take it from there, what a year, and you know, I think you're good in your mind, you know, follow the election. It is what you want for our side. Everything to give down. Try in business.
Thank you.
My boy will not ask.
Thank
you. For every position, every for last minute. According to last minute, go to the tummy. Everybody, let me say for last minute, let them say what is enough. And two more, they come on, carry the suffering. Then somebody will ask them what the home will go, but that can get but you home. Everybody come all out there for the protest. So therefore, that I know.
Thank you very much. We'll find time to talk about that protest. Good evening to you. Let's talk to the next caller. Hello. Hello. Okay, we lost this person. Let's talk to somebody else from here. Good evening to you.
Hello. Yeah, good evening, bro. Austin, how are you?
God is good.
Yeah, man. Okay, this is 1 million we are selling for the bank of Moya.
Just hear you, V.
Yeah. But Austin, thank you for your topic discussion. But Austin, let me tell you today, man of God, you are sitting on the throne of the country, and you are not talking the truth. You are the Satan. You are the devil of Satan. You are the son of Satan. You are not the son of man of God. Because every man of God, you should speak nothing but the truth. Which of the position that you hold in, I don't care how that government is looking, you should look into that government and tell them the truth. But once you don't do that, you are the son of the devil. And we cannot call you man of God because you are not behaving the one of them. So people suffering in this country. Food is hard. Food to eat, to get food in this country is very difficult. Then you are sitting telling all that you will make 100 years in power. That one is you will attract people because a lot of people will desire. While you will make 100 years in power, is you again. But for now, we pray to Almighty God that President William will be back 2029.
Amen. Next person, let's hear you. Okay, let's hear you, man.
Like every year, the president and president we are set in this country, they will remove. They will remove. The party people say they will remove. 2029 will go into election. The CDC won the election. The Unity Party people want to bring the same better material than we will. We all will give a better material. We will give a better material to them. For some of us will start in our community. So the CDC is nobody knows where we go. When CDC will be election 2029, there is no way want to go back to the CDC. Let it just is okay. But if they win the election, just have the same president that President Wilson in the country back to the we will stay to it. But if they don't try anything, let us say and get sick on our blood for what is going on, if we get the populace out of it, we get the people we give it to them, they go to the people we give it to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll take the last two callers to go home tonight on the show. I'm trying to see which one, mini, but I will do. No, okay, I will take it from here. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. This wasn't ready yet. Let's try from this. Hello. Hello. Oh, yeah, you want to talk?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Kaba.
How are you?
Thank you for the show.
Welcome.
I'm Madonna calling from PCV. Mr. Kaba, let me just tell you one thing. The party want to people want to try, they want in Liberia. I'm not talking about all they are seeing what they're doing. So for the president, the former president, when they try it, that law again. I'm not to they said, I told you talking. That they try it. Anything they want to do, they can do anything. You can talk to what we get to him. But when they try it, you said, they just say, when I say for all that law. Thank you for a 40-minute time.
Last caller, go ahead. Let's hear you. Good evening to you. Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you very much for your show. It is our David Samuel. I think it's possible for Omega to be yeah, okay.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
You are live.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, let me tell you, those people that don't have this like fear of God in them. It's not just fear of God, it's not in them. That particular party chairman of military party when they put to God, that man is 73,000 that I got it on the 73 electoral districts of this country. That man sort of pay that money, but that man get no fear of God in him. I don't know which of the church that man is telling. They even sort of revoke that man membership with any church in this country. That means that it doesn't have anything. Not even sort of leadership in this country. It's very frustrating for that kind of man to be in government, to be mockery out of his country, making mockery in Liberia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so
but still crying, say no joy. Is it crying, say the hungry? We give them new press, but they still crying, say no joy.
It's happy on us every day. We not talk.
Dear friends, we have to go home tonight. We are 15 minutes into the next term. Thanks to all of you for following the show tonight and always. And we shall be back here tomorrow by God's grace. But until then, do have yourselves pleasant moments in your respective areas. My name is Austin Kawa. Thanks for following. Bye-bye.
The new press,